Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Dark Horse Dumpling. This is my first video and actually my first 31 days of horror. Tonight I started my journey with a movie called Killing Grounds. It was a movie that was directed and written by Damien Power, an Australian director, and I thought it was pretty good. So the movie begins with a husband and wife to be going on a camping trip out in the what I guess would be the Australian outbacks. It starts as a relaxing time until they come across what seems to be another campground next to them. It's actually a family of three, well, four technically, with the baby, and there's a young girl who is obviously going through changes and basically the typical angsty teen, and there is the mother and father who are just trying to have a good time. So basically, this is kind of where the story starts. It splits off and it shows basically what happened to the original family and the previous family that I was speaking of, finding out what happened. After walking, they find a baby on the trail, weirdly enough, and become concerned as to where their parents are, which leads them on a wild goose chase to try to find the parents. They go back to their car to go try to get help and encounter a gentleman. This man is a wild hunter and proposes that they try to go find the parents themselves. The hunter and the husband go off to try to find the parents while the wife stays at the car. Soon the husband finds out that the man is not who he says he is and that the family is in extreme trouble. This is going to be a spoiler-free review, so I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys, so I'm not going to go too deep into it, but it gets pretty crazy. There's some very disturbing stuff here, which is pulled off pretty tastefully, maybe too tastefully. I don't know. It affected me, but not in the way a lot of other movies have, such as Deliverance or those kind of movies. This movie is pretty intense, but it really comes with a strong case of what would I do in that situation, and what I would do in that situation just seems smarter. It always does. It always does when you're watching these movies, right? Like, you always have a better idea of what you would do compared to the characters. A lot of the times I was like, well, okay, probably did the smart thing. But a couple times I was like, and the movie would have ended there. The actors performed the roles quite proficiently, and I really kind of felt for them, but they weren't as developed as the characters who you kind of leave behind at the beginning. And I don't want to really spoil anything by saying that, so I'll just leave it there. When all is said and done, I felt like this is a pretty competent film. I enjoyed the visuals. The acting was actually good. I feel like the script could have been a little bit tighter. It could have been a little smarter. There was like a couple parts where I it kind of wrenched me, but there could have been a little bit more. As actual scares go, this was a very light movie for that. There's no real paranormal aspects to it. The killers are kind of by the number, and you just don't really feel the tension as much as you could. Killing Grounds was an entertaining movie with great acting, pretty good filming, not the best script, but I think I would give it probably about a 6 out of 10, and that's not bad for my first movie. I hope the rest of the 31 days of Halloween just ramp up and I at least see some really interesting films. I'm sure I will. I'm going to try to do a movie review every day, if possible. I do go to school and work full time, so that might be kind of difficult, but I'm at least going to write a written review, and I'll have my website as a link. Thank you guys so much for joining me. My name is Dark Horse Dumpling. It was nice to meet you.